Hello, thank you for tuning in to the post-tournament analysis for the first BBC Online Chess Tournament. This video, we'll be looking at the second round of the match. Today, we're looking at Michael 986240 with white versus Mucus Cheese, who was revealed to be a Smurf as black. So, we're starting off with an average Sicilian defense. Michael's going to be trading off the knight this early. I would have much preferred him to see him play a Grand Prix attack and trade off this for this with the open f pawn rather than lose all his initiative on the queen side right at the start of the game. Alright, so let's go back to where we were. Alright, so we see castling, which is always good, like a really quick castle that opens up the f file, allows maybe some d3, d4 pawn push, bring out the bishop if black over fianchettos, which he does, alright. Again, b3, I'm not a bit of a fan of that. That is a bit of an inaccuracy in my opinion. Michael would benefit much more from an open center. Maybe with a d4 pawn push right here, actually, because let's have a look at this. D4, queen takes, we hit the rook, bring the knight. You know, we can maybe push, we can maybe bring out our bishop. There's a lot of good options, and if we go knight takes, we can have the f1 pawn push, bishop to e3, protecting the knight after bishop here. In d3, protecting this. Castles f4, you know, we get this really great attack here. Again, I think that b3, which is what Michael played, is just a I guess it's more of a blunder than an inaccuracy because he loses all of his momentum on this queenside attack. Alright, so we see bishop to g7. Alright, we see bishop to b2, which explains why he went b3. He wants to fianchetto it back. a6, d3, b5. Alright, so because Michael refused to take the initiative, Mucus is playing extremely aggressive, developing his pawns on the queenside with the intention to focus the whole game over there, while having extremely defensive and solid pawns on the king side, which prevent e5, f5, and h5 without any support. Like Michael really needs to be getting these kingside lines open here with f4, f5 if he wants any chance at winning. If he wants any counterplay whatsoever, because at the moment he's getting crushed. And we see the first real blunder for the match, a4, which is met by the immediate b4. Yep, so rook to b1. Yes, Michael's down a whole entire piece here. And Mucus just continues with his queenside attack. Look at this, queen a5, he's putting more pressure on. Like this queen, if he wants to attack here, it can't do anything for the rest of the game. Again, he needs to like move his knight to h4, push his pawn to f4, push his pawn to f5, hit the g-pawn, right? Maybe bring his queen out here. He needs to attack on the king side if he wants any chance of winning here. Alright, so we see h3. I guess that lines up g4 in the future. It seems really useless at the moment. It could be susceptible to some bishop back, take on h3, and yeah, this move is just not it. As we see, knight f6, rook. And the rook, there's absolutely no reason for the rook to be there. Like, I get that if you go c takes, we can take the queen, which is really good, but the rook isn't doing anything. Like, it isn't forced. It would be so much better to put the rook on d1, support like a d4 pawn push, right? Or just keep the rook there. Again, move the knight, push f, push g, push g, push f, right? Get this massive kingside attack, right? Make the king go kablam. Alright, so we see the queen go to b4, which forces the rook back, again wasting 2 tempo, while Mucus gets to capitalize off this attack here. So we see black castle kingside, like, really has to attack here. Really has to attack. Alright, so we see g4. This is a great start. This is a good start. See knight back prematurely. I'm not a fan of that. I think he's going to like bringing his rook over, maybe pushing the pawn, like maybe just bringing the queen back. He needs to get his queen back to defend, because this might be a really strong attack. Like, I don't see it doing much, but it can really form the beast something in a very short period of time, because all of black's pieces are on the queen side, right? Let's go just a knight and a rook here. You know, if that f pawn comes up, we've got the knight, rook, queen here. You know, the queen can come to h4, hit h7, hit the knight. Like, this is moving the knight is really not the right move for Mucus here. Alright, so we see queen up, maybe going to h6, maybe going here, maybe the knight comes in. Alright, so we have rook to e8, queen h6. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. Engine said that it's down 5.5, but you know what? This is better than nothing. We see d5. All right, we see knight to g5. All right, the threat's pretty obvious. Oh, knight. Yeah, knight to f6 is just not at that. Wow. All right, this extremely strong attack is. Yeah, he's just been able to equalize Justin, and that's fantastic. Oh, rook d8, rook to e1 is not the move. Honestly, I would have preferred to see queen h7 to initially gain back the pawn that he's down, you know. You can maybe play rook to e1 here, maybe continue with the f4, maybe h4, h5. Alright, but as we'll see, rook to e1, yep, queen to g7, right? This is just not it for Michael here. He's lost a lot of his initiative. Like, it isn't terrible, it's much better than being a piece down. Alright, we see h6. Maybe knight comes back over here. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe, if you're confident, f4, sacrifice it, do some like massive attack here. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, and he blunders the rook. Heartbreaking. An amazing attack, just nullified, blundered like that. Wow. Yep. The queen's straight off. Michael is down a rook with no counterplay. This is basically game over. This is heartbreaking. We can some. Oh, well. Yeah, Michael manages to now be down a piece for 2 pawns. While this isn't winning, you know, he has counterplay on the open queen side with his pawns. It's a really tough position. Maybe he can bring up his rook, hit that. I think that Michael needs to bring his king to h2, g3, g4, and just protect this side. Well, he does a lot of counterplay over at the queen side. That's the only way I see him winning. Alright, so rook to a4. I understand that, you know, you need to be pushing on those pawns. That makes sense. Alright, rook back. Yeah, king f1 is not the right idea. That is not what he needs to be playing. Because let's say that the king gets over here. Boom, the bishop just hits here. Bishop hits here, right? You lose these 2 pawns. You let the king come in. And because your king is stuck on the back rank, right, trying to get to a2, the pawns just come in. The rook comes over to support. The bishop can sacrifice itself for the a pawn, right? This is just not the right idea. He really needs to go on king h2, king g3, king g4. This is not what we want to be seeing. Right, king f1. Yep, king up, king e2. Yeah, okay, I think that with f3, he realized that his king can't go to f3 and up because the bishop hits it. This is, yeah, this is just really, really sad to see. Like, he's way too slow to defend. He's way too slow to get to a3 now. This is such a heartbreaking way to end such a strong, multifaceted, and good game. Like, alright, we got a checkmate in 1 right here. But he decides to ignore it. Maybe he's trying to bully his opponent. I don't know. Because he obviously knows that he can go check here. Look, the rest of the game isn't worth analyzing, so I'll just show it to you. Again, this is just literal bullying. Playing with his opponent. It's really heartbreaking to see players like this. Like, you know, just end the game, right? Make the tournament fast for everybody. Let us all go home. This is... Yeah, the king comes in. And that is checkmate. Well, this concludes game 2 with Mucus taking the win, putting him at equal first. Thank you so much for watching, and please tune in later to see game 3.